my channel. To all the new people that are coming to find my channel, all my new subscribers, welcome to the family. And for all my returning subscribers, hi. My name is Ayumi K. I am from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. And we have story times, vlogs, everything on here. And I hope you like my content. Please subscribe to the channel to join the family. And follow me on Instagram and TikTok at Ayumi K. Let's get started. Today's topic is going to be one that may weigh heavily on people, but it must be addressed because some people are going undiagnosed while others may be diagnosed, but they're also underdiagnosed. And yes, being underdiagnosed is a thing. It's the topic of mental health, people. I admit I was one that went underdiagnosed. I was diagnosed with one, but I was underdiagnosed for the other ones, the other four, which you will find out in a later video, in part two, in part two of this talk at a later time. But people are going underdiagnosed or completely just blatantly undiagnosed because no one wants to talk about it. Everybody wants to sweep it under the rug and think, oh, this person's going goth, or this person's going emo, or this person is crazy and deserves to be locked up, all because they ask for help. They are sending out a cry for help in various ways, which I will actually post a link down below to some mental health links and a number down below if you are ever in a mental crisis. Feel free to contact the number in the description box below. And I would like to say that people seek help if you need it. We gotta break the stigma, because if we don't break the stigma, the world's gonna plummet into more chaos than it already is. We already on the brink of World War III. Why not nip the issue of mental health in the bud at the source? Like, some people go undiagnosed for many reasons. Some of them reasons I'm going to cover today, but others I'm not going to cover at all because it might be triggering to some. But I'm going to mention one that's triggering, and it's called trauma. Trauma is a real, legit thing that hinders people a lot. It hindered me for most of my teen years and most of my 20s. It just was like, you go through something, it may trigger a whole lot of stuff that happened in your life. And some people may consider that normal. Some people may go through so much, they consider it normal. And they just choose not to seek help because it's like, oh, no one's going to believe me. No one's going to want to hear me out. Everybody only there for the money and blah, 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 blah. Well, that may be the case for some. But there are resources that can help you that are genuinely there to actually help you. I'm not shading anybody or anything, but please go get help if you need it. The resources are out there. They're at your disposal. Why not use them? And plus, another reason why people don't go and seek help is mainly because they might be They might be having fear of missing out on friends, fear of missing out on being social. Because if you want to, there's this thing, like, if you want to be social, you can't really have a mental disorder. And when I was growing up, that was the case. And if you had some type of mental disorder or learning disability or what have you, you swept that under the rug. And when you swept that under the rug, you were considered normal in society standards back when I was a teenager. This was back when I was a teenager. You were considered normal under society standards. As opposed to now, where if you come out as, oh, I got this or I got that, then you are more likely going to be accepted because people are more understanding now than when I was if you're a teenager now, you're most likely going to be more likely understood and accepted in most circles, because it is white, because someone said, oh, let's just open a can of worms and just start discussing this. But back when I was, take it from somebody who was been there, done that. I was a teenager before, and no one really talked about it. If you talked about it, you talked to your therapist, you talked to a professional about it, and you left at that professional office and you went back to your double life. And I'm telling you, living a double life, it's not easy. It's not all that's cracked up to be. Because of the fact that not only you could plummet further towards a crisis, or you might end up needing so much help that it's going to be hard for you to pinpoint the areas where you need help in, and the areas where you can work on yourself. And honestly, I don't want that for anybody, because in part 2 of this video, in part 2 of this series, which is coming at a later date, I go in and explain how I almost got to the point of no return. And I don't want anybody to go to the point of no return when it comes to mental health, people. I don't. Like, I know some people right now may be looking at this video and wondering, like, why she got blue hair? Why she got this on? Why she got black and blue hair? Why is she wearing black? And why is she wearing black all of a sudden? It's my comfort thing. And number 2, and this goes into the next part of the video, which I'm going to start right now, then go back, which part 1, have a comfort item if you need it. Like me, I like wearing the color black. Hey, I like coloring my hair. I like wearing colored wigs or coloring my hair if I could. All through my younger years, I dyed my hair every color of the rainbow, because I had trouble expressing myself unless it was through different colors of my hair. It got to the point where, at one point, when I was 21, I think, was it 21? No, yeah, it was 21. I had my hair in a I had my hair so blonde that it was near a yellow with pink highlights. And everybody thought it was a wig until I told them, no, it's my actual hair. And some people gave me looks like, this child is going off the rails. She needs to seek help. And I was like, no. I like wearing different colors. I like wearing black all the time. I like wearing punk rock and goth stuff. That doesn't mean I have a mental disorder, even though I do, and that will come in part 2 of the series. But Have a comfort item. If you have a blanket, a favorite food, a stuffed animal, a video game you play, a favorite TV show you watch, a favorite movie, your favorite app on your phone, your favorite place to go, to calm down, to meditate, whatever. Do it, boo-boo. Do it. Because it will not only help you center yourself, but it will also help you regain control of your mental health. Which brings me to point number 2 of the things to have. Point number 2. If you believe in it, if you believe in religion, stick with it. If religion helps you, stick with it. And if it don't, find some type of spiritual form. And if you don't believe in spirituality at all, that's fine. But point 2 is for those who do. Like myself, I practice tarot. I do crystals. I do meditation. I do crystals, meditation. I sometimes read motivational books like that. That's my spirituality. You might be Christian, you might be Muslim, you might be Buddhist, you might be Hindu, you might be a Sikh, you might be practicing some ancient religion that I don't even know about yet. Educate me down in the comments, people. Let's educate each other. Like, if you have a faith, like, I know people, like most of my friends are Catholic, are either Protestant Christians, Catholics, or they're just spiritually believe in Jesus in the spiritual sense without the label of Catholic or Christian or Protestant. Like that, you can center yourself in a religion and be fine, and that might help you a bit. That might help you seek answers. For me, that's not the case. For me, like when I meditate, I end up getting clarity on stuff. When I do tarot, I end up finding out what I need to do in the next point of my life. And crystals, I don't do it because they look pretty, even though that's a plus. I do it because there are some benefits to them, which I will explain in a future video, just not right now because it will turn into a whole lecture, and I don't want to turn it into a whole 45-minute lecture. And now, which brings me back to the don'ts list. Don't shame somebody on their faith. Don't. Because number 1, we already have stuff going on in the world when it comes to that. We don't need to add on any extra mess when it comes to that. Which brings me to my 4th and 5th. They both tie together. Do not shame people for stuff. And do not manipulate people. Manipulation and shaming people go hand in hand. That's why number 4 and 5 are together. When you manipulate be aware of manipulators. Because they like to control the situation. They like to shame people for stuff. They like to control the situation. They like to say, oh, you can't do this, or you can't wear blue hair, or you can't wear black lipstick, or you can't do this, or you can't do that, or I need you back at this such and such a time. And then when they go do this, when you ask the same thing of them, they don't do it because they want control. That affects your mental health, and you start thinking like, oh, okay, I need to do this because I love this person. I need to do this because I need this friend. I need to do this because I don't want to lose them. Honey. Child. Honey. My friends. Let me tell you something as a person that's been through it. It's not worth it. Because sooner or later they're going to have such a hold on your life that it may be too late to get out. And unfortunately, there are people that do not make it out of that kind of situation, which I will not name for fear of not being monetized. When I get to that point, honestly, I don't care about them. I care about people. Oh, and that's another thing. They control your money too. But there's one way you can do it about it. It's not egg them on. Do not provoke a manipulator. Do not provoke those type of people. Do not provoke. There's another word for that. It's called narcissist. Do not provoke them. I apologize if there's any glare in my glasses because of the ring light. That's why I'm bending forward like this. But do not provoke them. Seriously, do not provoke them at all. Do not, because that it might prove fatal in the end. And honestly, I don't want anybody if any of my subscribers are going through this, know that there's a way out. There is a way out. You just have to be smart about it. Excuse me. You just have to be smart about it. You just have to make a plan. Don't let anybody know you're playing, except people you do trust. Do not. And if there's nobody you can trust, please keep it locked up in here. Because little do people know, the human psyche is a powerful thing. Not only is it a powerful thing, but it's a very dangerous thing too. And it's a very vulnerable thing. Excuse me. Which brings me to my next point. When it comes to family members, they guilty of this too. Certain family, everybody got them family members that are guilty of this too. Like, honestly, if you have to let go of a family member, cut them loose. Let them go. Like anybody. If they're not good, if they're not for your higher and greatest good, if they're not going to help you grow, if they're not there to help you grow, if they're only there to tear you down, let them go. Let them go. Cut them loose. You could be nice about it. Be like, okay, I enjoy our friendship, but this is not going to work out. Or if it's a family member, just be respectful about it, because they're your family member. They're going to be sticking with you to the end. Just talk to them about it. Respectfully and tactfully, but keyword respectfully, let them go. Like that song is. Let it go, let it go. Let them go. Seriously. Because nobody's mental health is worth no friendship, no relationship, whether it's friendship, significant other, or with your own blood, with your blood relatives, is worth losing your mental sanity over. None. None. None at all. This goes for men and women. This goes for everybody. None. Like, seriously. That's what we need to learn. We need to learn how to cut people loose respectfully if they're not for our higher and greatest good. Because that's how we need to. And also, another thing, our surroundings. That's the next point. If you have to, do not stay somewhere where you feel like you don't belong, where you're not happy at. Do not. Which it ties into my next, this one, this don't, and this do I'm about to mention goes hand in hand. They're both sides of the Libra scale. And yes, I'm a Libra, which a birthday vlog will be coming up in the in a few weeks or so. But it's both sides of the Libra scale. While don't stay somewhere where you feel like you don't belong, you feel like you're not happy at. Do go, if you have the means and resources, do go somewhere where you are happy at. Some people might be moving to another state. Some people, it might be moving to excuse my French, but hell. Some people, it might be moving to a whole nother freaking country. Your happiness is in your hands. That ball is in your court. Whether you make the jump shot or not, that's up to you. It's all up to you. You have to make the first step. You have to make the first step. No one else can make that first step but you. People can nudge you in the right direction to make that first step, but only you have the power to make that first step. Only you. And another thing before I go, one last thing, because this go hand in hand. Do not alienate somebody and chalk it up to a mental disorder just because somebody's LGBT. And this goes for family members. This goes for family members because this is a hot topic, and I'm going to tread carefully on this part of the video. I'm going to tread very carefully. Like, if you are LGBT and you don't, like, if you don't want to come out, you shouldn't feel pressured to come out just because, like, oh, I'm going to lose my friends, or I'm going to lose family members, or this, that, and third. Because when I was growing up, when I was in my teens, everybody brushed stuff under the rug. And except for the fact that the only LGBT thing was cool in the West. It wasn't even cool, but people kind of brought it out of the light, was being bisexual. But they brought it out for the wrong reasons, because I'm bisexual. I'm aromantic bisexual, which I will explain that in another video, in another short. But, like, don't say, like, oh, they have to come out of the closet because I won't And if somebody do come out of the closet or they're already out, please don't shame them. Please don't ridicule them. Please don't alienate them, because it took a lot of willpower. It took a lot of mental stability. It took a lot of their self-esteem to do that. And I commend those who have, and I still commend those who are still in the closet. Because it also takes a lot of mental stability. It takes a lot of willpower. It takes a lot of trust to stay in there. And it's fine. You are loved here. You are welcome in my You are welcome in my YouTube family. You will not be alienated. You will not be turned away. You will not be turned away. Because, like, a lot of people tend to be like, oh, I'm gonna just come out because I'm not gonna come out because I don't want to lose my family members. And that's fine. No pressure from me. No pressure at all. I still love you either way. You are all my brothers and sisters and sons and daughters here. And moms, you are all my grandparents, my mothers, my fathers, my sisters, my brothers, my sons, my daughters, my nieces, my nephews, and my grandbabies here. I don't care whether you're, honestly, I do care whether you're bisexual, gay, lesbian, what have you. But I still love you, and that's what matters. And people are shaming that. Like, I understand with people being recognizing it and all now, but there's still some stigma around it because people are like, don't, please, please. If you have somebody in your family that's LGBT, please support them because they're going through a tough time. They may want to talk to you about it, but they feel like they cannot for fear of being yelled at, for fear of being ridiculed, for fear of being thrown out on the street. Please support them in their decision. Do not alienate them. Do not say, oh, my child is this or my grandbaby's that, so I'm not. Don't. That's not cool. That's not trendy. It's not. It's sick. It's heinous. And plus, that's just not good. Whew. Okay. This was a long enough video as is. So I'm going to end the video right here before it turns into a 30-minute lecture. So, with that being said, look out for part 2 of my mental health series, and look out for part 1 of my LGBT series. So, if you like this video, please hit the like button. If you enjoyed this video, if you think this video was enlightening to you or you resonated with it, please hit that like button below. Hit the subscribe button. Turn on notification. Click that notification bell so you can get updated on all new videos I create. And like I said, everyone's welcome here. But the things I will not tolerate for the sake of everybody's mental health and sanity. Do not be hateful. No hate. Do not bring any shit. If you have to bring the shit, be respectful. Do not be reckless. And I won't accept Islamophobes or xenophobes or homophobes or transphobes here. I will not. Y'all not welcome. They're not welcome. Those type of people will not be welcome in this family. Because there are people in this YouTube family that may be going through a tough time. And I will advocate for them. I will go to bat for them all the way. And there's a saying that goes, be kind to somebody, because you never know what they're going through. And if you have the need to feel like you're not kind to anybody, there's something, then you need to go get checked out because something's wrong. Then that's a sign that you might need to go seek help. And if you don't want to seek help, okay. Like I said, that ball's in your corner. But as I said before, like this video, subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell so you can be updated on all my new videos that will be coming out soon, because I have a whole slew of videos that are coming out before the end of this year, by the end to like in this later half of the year. And follow me on my socials, which will be in the description bar below, which will be in the description box below, at Ayumi K on Instagram and TikTok. And I will have a Twitter coming out soon. I'm working on it. But I love you guys. You all are valid to me. Take it easy. Do some self-care. And I'll see you next time. Bye.